Alright, so this is the second attempt to get down to Wild Dog Falls. In the previous video we made it as far as the old boiler here, which is part of the old mill. Mick is giving me a tour of the area. He's going to show me down to the falls, which is good. But he was just saying some information on the boiler. It was last ran in 1947. And there's actually stamps on there where you can see where they've tested it, and each year they tested it, they'd stamp it. A little bit hard to see right on there. So we didn't notice that last time we were here. So we're going to keep walking and hopefully get to the falls this time and have some lunch there. Maybe a quick beer.
Or two.
Or two, yeah. Remember you bring Mick's got a slab in his backpack. So if we do get stuck, we've got provisions. No water, but we've got a 6-pack of beer. So we'll get some more footage when we're down there.
Look at the tops of these trees and you think, wow, that's a pretty big tree. You want to walk to the bottom of it because they're a heck of a lot bigger than they appear to be.
Yeah, exactly. They're growing down in the valley and they're up at our height. So
climbing up to reach the same height as the rest of the canopy.
Yeah, just to get to sunlight. Yeah, so we've been walking for about 40 minutes or so now. We're following above Mick's head there. You'll see there's a ribbon. So we've been following the ribbons along this logging track. It's pretty overgrown. We've had to duck under trees and stuff like that. But we're starting to get down to the side now where we actually get a bit of a view. And yeah, it's very peaceful. So we've probably still got another couple hundred metres to drop down there into the valley before we get to the falls. So we'll keep walking. As you're walking along the track, you just sort of keep your eye out and you find, we were just actually talking about the black carnivorous snails, and we found a shell and stopped to look at that, walked another couple of metres and come across this. It's a bowerbird nest. It's made by the male, I think, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, made by the male, and he collects blue stuff. As you can see, there's a clothes peg down there. Now, where do you reckon the nearest house is on here?
Nearest house would be probably 2 kilometres line of sight.
Yeah, it could have been a camper maybe. And but as you can see, all the feathers here, they collect everything that's blue, and the idea of it is that it attracts the females. So whoever's got the most blue objects around their nest here, as you can see, it's just like 2 walls. Yeah, it attracts the females. So it's pretty cool. It's a lot of work's got involved in the building of it. All those twigs there are just all intertwined, and yeah, pretty amazing. But he's not here.
Probably back at the clothesline, getting another peg.
Yeah, get another peg. Yeah. Got nothing blue that we can leave him.
Well, that's a recent addition because that wasn't here last time I came through here.
Oh, really?
That's popped up somewhere in the last 4 years.
Yeah. So they probably wouldn't roost in there, would they? It's just a...
I believe it's just for mating purposes.
Yeah, because you wouldn't think it'd be safe. Yeah, for foxes and stuff like that.
This is where they conduct their mating ritual.
Yeah. You can see it's a pretty big nest. I mean, you've got the main bit there, but all the way around, it's just all twigs everywhere. Oh.
You know, that's something you don't see every day.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's made the day worthwhile.
It has, yeah. Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? Oh, we'll keep walking. See what else we can find. We're just walking down here now. We've hit a plateau. Apparently this was part of the logging operation originally, and the winch would have been here to the trees would have been felled down in the valley. The winch would have brought them up here to this plateau. But Mick was just telling me about the trees here. As you can see, the knots in them, and he'll explain to you what it's caused by.
We have a creeper. It grows in the Otways, and I don't know its name. I call it the bluebell creeper. It has little blue bell-shaped flowers on it. So it starts off at ground level, and then it'll come up to a tree, and it'll start to spiral its way around the tree. And it'll go over to another tree and do the same thing. It's just climbing up towards the canopy. Now the vine is usually stronger than the tree, and the end result is usually one dead tree and one still alive creeper. It Yeah, it's quite common in the Otways, but mostly only where there's been a fire. I think the seed only germinates after a fire. So
Yeah. So what's happened there is that the tree's actually been stronger. That's the tree there. The creeper's died, but the creeper's been wrapped around it, forcing the tree to grow out in a different way, leaving the
quite
knots.
possibly an animal like a wallaby's come crashing through here between these two and snapped the vine off, or ripped the roots out of the ground even, maybe.
Yeah, and it's just died off. Ah, pretty cool. Yeah, there's this area, there seems to be a lot there. So, do you reckon this area was maybe fire came through here or something?
This area was burnt in 1939.
Okay.
Burnt from Beech Forest right through to Tannybryn.
Okay.
So,
and,
yeah.
And so Mick is so old that he's had that walking stick for so long that the creeper actually got...
I've got moss growing on.
Yeah. Alright, we'll keep walking down the falls.
Interesting to note a stump of a tree that was felled the hard way up in here. You can see that notches in it where the boards were put in it to climb up and cut him down. My father did that as his first job. 20 feet in the air, up on a piece of 4x2, swinging an axe to fall a tree.
How old would he have been?
So he started doing that when he was 16, and chainsaws weren't quite invented yet. So that's how most of the trees were fallen, axe and crosscut saw.
Yeah, it's hard work.
Chainsaws didn't come into the Otways till somewhere in the 1950s, I believe.
Crazy.
But most of the sawmilling was done prior to the 1950s, so
Yeah,
chainsaws didn't see a lot of work in this area.
it's unreal, isn't it? Yeah.
Men were men.
Yep. No whinging. You just get in and do it.
There's a remnant from the 39 fires. That shell there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's all blackened out.
But yeah, that's still relatively a small tree. A lot of the trees were left behind here because they were just too small to be worried with.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The amount of work put into it for the outlay and the cost it would have got. Yeah.
I'll have this one. Why bother cutting this one down? It's just a stick.
Yeah, exactly.
You won't get much timber out of
it. Yeah. The whole day's
Wasting
work to
time
make 50
cutting
bucks.
that down.
Yeah, whereas you can do a whole day's work and make 100 bucks. Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
But yeah, later logging operations mostly picked up on the trees that were considered to be too small back in the heyday.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was reading that a lot of the like the logging companies would pay to log a land, log a site, and like you said, they'd leave all the small stuff, and then another logging company would come along and buy the right to go in there and take all the
There was
leftovers.
a lot of people just logging private bush. We had our bush logged privately.
Okay, yeah.
And that wasn't clear felled, that was under strict instructions.
Yeah.
To not take any blackwoods.
Okay.
All the blackwoods were left behind, and all the smaller stuff was left behind, and don't trash it.
Yeah.
Minimal disturbance.
Yeah.
And you can walk through that bush today, and the only evidence you can see of logging is the occasional stump. It's
yeah, I've noticed that. You
wouldn't know that it was ever logged.
Yep. We've been walking for about over an hour now, I'd say. We've come to a junction here. It's hard to see because it's all overgrown, but there's a trail leading down that way which will lead to the top of the falls. And we're heading over to the right here, which will lead us down to the waterfall itself. But if you listen, you can actually hear the waterfall. So we'll get down there and check it out. Then we're going to walk all the way back up.
Check out the beautiful moss hanging off the tree. Kind of eerie looking, isn't it?
Yeah. Spooky. Yeah. Awesome.
Here's the bush growing right in front of your eyes. Look how the tape's disappearing underneath the new growth on the fern.
You can see how everything just gets so overtaken, doesn't it? Yeah, so we've come down that way there. As you can see, it's pretty steep. I've slipped a few times. But yeah, you notice now we're getting into the area. You can hear the water and all the tree ferns. I mean, we've seen like a few tree ferns.
In 5 minutes.
Yeah. So you know you're getting close. So we'll keep walking. Get down there, have a beer.
Have you got a little black mole on your neck, or is that a leech? It's nothing like a bloody leech. Right there. Little fucker. It's going to the jugular. Come on, lift your tail. I can't get him, I cut my fingernails.
Where is it?
You've flipped him off now. He's dropped off. He's probably gone down your shirt front.
I'm going to live. Oh well, we made it down here. We'll probably be walking for, I'd say at least, how long, Nick? Two-hour walk. The last section, Vic's actually put some roping in so you can get down to the creek here. But it's still rough going. I couldn't even get the camera out. I would have ended up breaking the camera. I was sliding down there. But to get down there to this, definitely worthwhile. We're going to stop here now and have something to eat, and then we'll do a bit more exploring around the area, get some better footage. Yep, so we made it down to Wild Dog Falls finally, second attempt. Definitely worth the walk. I'd grade the walk as probably difficult, mostly due to the last 100 metres, which is basically you're going to come down the hillside there, and it's very slippery and there's not much there. There's a rope trail leading down to it, so you've got somewhere you can actually hold on to. But it's pretty difficult. And we haven't even tried walking out yet. I think that's going to be a bit of an ordeal. Definitely not on the tourist track, so you're not going to find anyone else down here. Nice peaceful spot. Be nice to come here in the summertime and spend the day down here. So we've come down, had some lunch, enjoyed a beer. It's been great meeting Mick. Got a bit of knowledge of the area, which is great. Yeah, so pretty amazing. I mean, you look at the tree ferns and stuff, they just grow on the rock faces there. Everything's just living off this rock face. It's a whole little world down here. I think I could spend hours down here looking around. So now I've decided that I'm going to start doing some more of these walks to some of the lesser known waterfalls and making videos of them. I just think that there's a whole world out here in the Otways that a lot of people don't get to see. And it's such a shame because it is such a beautiful place. So if you want to subscribe to the channel, go ahead, and there should be more videos like this. One thing to remember when you come in here or anywhere in the bush, just take your rubbish with you. The beauty about coming down here, I've been to a couple of waterfalls around the townships, and you find rubbish all the way through there. It's just disgusting. We haven't seen any signs other than the old timber mills, but we haven't seen any rubbish on our way down here. This has been absolutely beautiful. Alright, I'll just get some footage and I'll catch up with you on the next video. Thanks for watching.